So this is my part 2 video of Splinter in Your Mind, and this is titled Illusions, and I've been looking forward to recording this. I'll speak to you soon. So welcome back. My name's Matt. I'm from Carnacalytics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. I've kind of been looking forward to recording this, and I've been really giving it some thought about what I want to talk about. So before I crack on, I would just like to say, could you like, share and subscribe to the channel? And obviously it helps me to put more of this content out. And also if you press the bell, which should be about here, and that would obviously let you know when I do more videos. So today I want to speak about illusions, and it's part 2 actually to my video Splinter in Your Mind. Someone said to me the other day, why did I call it Splinter in Your Mind? So I believe that we all have a process of thinking, and what's more annoying about when you're doing woodwork and you get a splinter in your finger. So imagine if you have a splinter in your mind, which is very minute, that you can remove, and if you can remove it from your brain or your mind, then it become easier to manage. So that was why I called it. So without further ado, let me crack on with this. It's called Splinter in Your Mind. It's not like I'm going back to record a song, innit? Anyway, let me just move on with this. So what is illusion? That's my first subject. Illusion comes up a lot in spirituality. It can come through many forms. It can come from what you see around you and what you deem to be true. So for example, you may feel you're driving a nice car, living in a nice house, and just having your weekends free, and you're working, I don't know, probably 60-hour, probably 90-hour weeks, and then you find at the weekend that all your friends have got family and friends, or family and kids, and they're kind of happy, but they may not be as well off as you, but you believe that you're living a good life. But if that's what you want, that's fine. But sometimes it's an illusion, because eventually it's just all stuff which can be taken away. Where you have love, which can be taken away as well, but it's more factual and more solid, because it's about another person and they are there to help develop you and you develop them. So why do I want to dedicate one video to talk about illusion? And I'd just like to start with what Plato said, and I'm going to read it because I've got my notes down below. So it says that, and I'm going to pop up here probably, and he says, "Welcome out of the cave, my friend. It's colder out here, but the sun is so much brighter." So let me break that down for you. The cave is your brain, is your situation, where you are at, what you thinking is true, what you thinking is right. So living in this little bubble. When you come out of it, so basically you come out of your thinking or your situation, and then though it's a lot colder, basically, I'll explain why in a minute. You're external from the situation, looking at it broadly. You see things differently, but the stars will be brighter. The magic, the majesty be more, or the spirit, or the beautifulness you see around you would be so poignant and so natural. So let me put that into a subject. So, for example, you're in a situation where you're dating a girl or a man, and then you feeling you're not sure whether you want to be with them. Excuse me. You're not sure you want to be with them, and then you're like, okay, well, should I stay with them? Shouldn't I? Should I stay with them? So you stay with them because you don't want to be alone, for example. In the meantime, she or he picks up on it and then going, okay, look, yeah, I don't feel it's quite right because you've changed. Because remember, you're looking at yourself. Yourself is not focused on the love of what this person's about. Look at them as the stars internally. So when you move out of the situation and you remove yourself from the situation and you look at the relationship, whether it's wrong or right, you'll be able to see the stars, in that person. You may be able to see, well, maybe there isn't any stars. You may not see the beauty. Maybe it is better that you are on your own or that you let this person go. In the other situation, you may be going along and then you find that people have been talking about you in a negative form. So then you're going, look, this is just not me. And so you overcome it, and the way they're depressing you even more, and it feels like it's a heavy weight on your head. And you're like going, well, what do I do? And then you're talking to all these people, and then you're telling this person up the road, you're telling that person over there. You're really, 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 really encapsulating it, really taking it in. So what you do, and I do this a lot, I step out of the situation, and a lot of spiritual people do that. They step out of the situation, assess. This is why people go to coaches and to counselors, to step outside. You talk to somebody who's outside the situation, you will be able to do that. And that's what I do when I work with people. I train them to be able to step out of their lives and assess their lives and assess the situation, and then make informed decisions about what they need to do. And you can kind of see some quick pros and cons, whether it's wrong or it's right for you. But predominantly, it's about you being able to extract yourself from the situation and looking at it from a positive or a negative way of thinking. But when I say positive and negative, I mean an overall way of thinking from a different view. That's why it's a lot colder, because it's not as warm on the inside, not so safe, and we have to live outside the veil. But the stars are more brighter because it will be a lot more clearer, and the beauty, and basically what Plato was trying to say was that God will be there to support you. He'll be there to guide you in the right direction. The other point I wanted to talk about was that the desert of the unreal. Now, the desert of the unreal is really interesting. It's like social media, computers, I don't know, going clubs, pubs, and all this stuff. That's all good, but the real reality is about you finding who you are. And again, we need that escape. We all go off to pubs and clubs and so on. But what predominantly as I'm talking about spiritual beings, spiritual people who are going down this path, and they're trying to find their answers. And if you're feeling that you're stuck in this rat race, and you're stuck going to these places, and you're stuck going to, we are not down, but you start going to bars and clubs, and you just don't feel right anymore, or you don't feel right in a certain group. You're in a desert of the unreal. It's not real. It's not your true life. It's where you need to start assessing your life and your process on who you are. And then look internally, can stop looking externally. And then once you do that and you're stepping out of the desert of the unreal and you're looking at it from a real point of view, things will shift and things will look very, very, very different. What would you feel if your family and friends weren't your family and friends? It's an interesting question, right? So when I say that, what if you woke up and you looked at them and then you've gone, as I'm changing, I'm not like my siblings. I'm not like my brother or my sister. I'm not like my friends. They all seem to change. And I say this to a lot of people, so spiritual people who are going through this transition. When you're expanding and you're going for this expansion of your own conscious self, you're going to outgrow people. Yeah? Understand that. You're going to outgrow these people. So all the people, you may not, they may grow with you, but I've seen so many times people have grown, and then when they do, they grow, and they get to a point and they're going, you know what, I don't feel comfortable, so they go back and they stay in their little cocoon. the desert of the unreal. So what you need to do is keep expanding, keep thriving. As you grow, you're actually going in to yourself. And as you expand and you grow, the people around you will either stay or they go. And the ones that remain, I'm not saying the people that go are wrong for you, but they are wrong for you, but they're not. They're there for a season. But as you grow and you expand, you will, when they leave, you will get more people coming in to elevate you and help you expand on to another level, the next level, and stay within this level. So as you grow, so let's look at it as like the tier level. Tier 1, you are raised by mum and dad, and you're 0 to 10. Tier 2, you're from 10 to probably 16. You left primary school and obviously nursery, and you're now at secondary school. So you meet a different group of people, but you may feel your group of friends at school may not be the group of friends you have at home. Let me keep this kind of clinical, really, and let's look at friends about and you. So when you hit, 16, 17, up to 20, you're out getting to the world of work, you're going to university, you're going off to college, you probably meet different people. You may still keep people in your cave. You may grow, and these people who you knew will disappear. You know, again, it's not wrong or right whether these people are right for you or they're wrong for you. It's what is important is that these people are honoring you and respecting you, and vice versa. So now you're in your 20s and you're growing still. You are in your first job. There's a saying that we don't find our careers until we are in our 30s or 40s. So you may find that because you're still constantly growing, so you may have 3 or 4 careers in your life. You know, I know I've had 4 so far. So you're in your 20s. Again, you're at work. Let's say you start work, you're at work, and you said you want to travel. And you have a group of friends and think, yeah, we're getting on really well. Let's travel. Come back, want to have children, you're into your 30s. I'm just keeping it clinical, so I'm just going by 10s and 20s, yeah. So you in your 30s, you say, okay, children, trying to have children time. So you have a couple of kids. You then, probably those friends you had when you were traveling and someone don't have children because they're career people, or they just remained in the other country, or they've just not really kept in contact. So you find a group of baby mamas and baby fathers. So you become close with them. And then your 40s, that's when you kind of assess your life again and go, is this the career I want? Your kids are kind of grown up. You do, and you're going, okay, well, now it's time to kind of live for me, and so on and so forth. And then your friends there would change as well, because they're probably more liable to stay from your 30s into your 40s because they would have grown with you, because they would have had children, same as you. So I feel when you're looking at the desert of the unreal, and also with your growing of your family, it's important that you analyze what your key triggers are, and you are honestly and you're truthful to yourself, because it's only about you and your journey. That's where you're the only one that's growing. So what do people say in social media? So you're living in social media, you're a YouTuber. That's not, keep off of that bit. Let me say you spend your time on Facebook, Instagram, and people live those lives, and you know they traveling, doing blah blah blah. That's their life. Remember, even they say that they are fulfilled by it and they are blessed by it, but it doesn't always stay. And social and media means kind of like information, social information. So it's talking about people's social life. But if you don't want, I know so many people who are quite open and very loud and boisterous, but they don't have social media. For example, may not have Facebook, may not have Instagram, may not have Twitter, excuse me, because they are very boisterous, but they're very private. Nothing wrong with that. Some may come under a fake name. My thing is like how you use it is how you use and how you want to use it. So for me, social media isn't necessarily what you are about. If you're going down a spiritual journey and you're spiritually developing, you use social media as a tool, not as a crutch. You use it as a tool, not as a crutch. A tool helps you project yourself on here. This is my social media. This is me projecting. These are my tools. It's not my crutch. I don't need them. If my mic breaks, if my camera breaks, I'll replace it. It's a tool. It's not a crutch. A crutch is my voice, myself, me studying my books, what I learn from when I research through other enlightened ones, and they are my crutches. They are the ones that are teaching me. They're the ones that kind of mold me. That's what a crutch is. It's a supportive, it's like a supportive leg that gets you through. So, for example, that's why when you go to hospital and then you break your leg, what do? They give you a crutch. Yeah, they don't give you a tool. You don't see them give you a hammer when you leave hospital. No, they don't do that. No, they give you a crutch to help prop you up. That's what is important about your about having social media properly and using it right, not making it control and be a part of you. Don't let it be you. Let it just help enhance you. So, mental prison and free your mind. Also, thoughts are freedom. So when you're in a mental block and you're in a mental prison, look at mental and look at prison. Mental is what's happening up here, what your thoughts are, what you feel, what you thinking about brings out your action. Prison is keeping you inside a box. So you put them together, or mental prison, you need to turn around and change your mental way of thinking. You know me, I really only talk about feeling or an emotion. I really talk about thoughts, because I'm not driven by thought, I'm driven by feeling. So I want to project and say that you be aware of your thoughts and don't let them betray you. I had to knit that one for Star Wars. Don't let your thoughts betray you, because they are not totally real. They're just a kind of like a projection of what you're thinking and what's in here. So, but in order to, when somebody's with you and they feel you, that's when you show your true yourself. So don't let your thoughts be prisoned, being put into a prison. Let your thoughts be able to travel and to expand and grow. And then as many times people turn around and just feel comfortable in their prison. So if you look at the different types of prison, you've got the hard prison, you've got the can't remember the name of them, like you got the hard labor prison where the doors are locked, you're not allowed out, you're in your little box. Then you've got the lapse prison where the doors are open, you can walk around, you can walk on the grounds, but you're still in the prison, you're still watched by people, and this is what it's all about. So remember, your thoughts become things and your feeling become things as well. So as you are out there doing stuff, people will see you and watch what you do, especially if you've got students or you are projecting a certain way, or you are changing. Someone's going to be keeping an eye on you and how you're changing, and then you will be accountable for that actions, your thoughts and action. So just be mindful of that. So that's my video now. So that's the illusion or Splinter in your mind, and this is the part 2, obviously, as I said, and this is the end of it. Unless I do any more, I would obviously say, but I just want to say, you know what, take that splinter out your mind, because these things are splinters in your mind that are there to try and control you and try and hold you back. But unpick those things, or use that energy in order to advance you better and forward. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. You stay safe and take care, and namaste.